What's happening, folks? I got some big news today. If you didn't know, about 2 days ago, Equifax has agreed to pay out over $700 million due to a security breach, and you may be affected and you may be eligible to get your piece of $700 million worth of the settlement that they have out there, and it could be more. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let you hear the news for yourself, and then I'm going to let you hear how to file a claim, because you want to know if you've been affected. I'm going to have links for you to do that. And then after that, I'm going to introduce you to a credit monitoring service that monitors all three bureaus, but it also has a $5 million guarantee. And when you get this service, I'm going to show you how you can get up to $125 just to have credit monitoring services. And these services are probably pennies on the dollar. So I'm going to give you some protection, and I'm going to show you how to get compensated for the protection. I'm going to give you the very best, because this one has the highest guarantee at $5 million than anyone I've ever seen. So I will definitely give you the information. But for right now, let's listen to the news break so you can hear it from the horse's mouth, because I don't really want to go into getting in the news. I'm not a newscaster, but I'm going to bring you the information. So let's play this right here, and I'll have you listen to it. And this way you can hear it for yourself.
Now to your money tonight, and after that major data breach, your personal information, Equifax is now paying a record amount. The credit reporting agency now agreeing to pay up to $700 million. In fact, millions will go to American consumers. ABC's chief business correspondent Rebecca Jarvis with what you need to know.
Tonight, potential relief for the 147 million Americans impacted by that massive Equifax data breach.
We vigorously encourage every person who was impacted by the Equifax data breach to apply for the relief that they are entitled to as part of this settlement.
The credit bureau agreeing to pay almost $700 million, including up to $425 million going to consumers, as much as $20,000 to each victim who lost money to identity theft or even just spent time trying to protect their data in the wake of the breach. But to collect anything, you need to gather the right documents, like statements showing losses to your accounts, receipts for the money you spent monitoring credit, even fees paid to accountants and attorneys.
And for those who spent time dealing with the data breach, they are now eligible for $25 an hour for up to 20 hours. Victims could also get 10 years of free credit monitoring. But remember, this is not automatic. You have to file a claim in order to be eligible, David.
All right.
Okay, so you heard it directly from the horse's mouth. This is absolutely real, and you could be a person that could claim settlement if you were affected by the breach. Don't worry, I'm going to show you how to tell if you were affected, and I'm going to break down the amount of settlement that you are eligible for and how to best utilize it based on how you were affected or the time you put in because you found out that you were affected. Now, if you were affected by the ID theft issue that occurred after the hack and involved personal data that was exposed by the breach, then each victim, like this said, is eligible to receive up to $20,000 in compensation with the settlement. Now, to be honest, a lot of us are not going to get the full $20,000 because some of you guys were not affected that bad, but it doesn't mean you can't get any piece of the settlement. And I'm going to show you how to potentially get a piece of the settlement. Even if you were not affected that dramatically, you can still be eligible to receive it if you are a person that has been affected. So let me talk about the other part of the payout that might be more attractive to most of you. Now, the other part of this is you're eligible to receive up to $25 an hour for up to 20 hours of time spent trying to deal with or recover your identity due to this. So that's another portion that some of you may be finding that it could be easier to get that part of settlement if you were affected. But I'm going to give you the easiest option that's even easier than that. And you're going to end up with some great identity theft and credit monitoring services as well. So let me share with you that option. Now, the second part of that settlement is you can get up to 10 years of free credit monitoring services of your 3 credit reports at Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax by an independent third-party service that will be determined by the court. Now, you got to watch out for this because this could be a catch-22. The court could determine that Experian has made drastic improvements in their service, or TransUnion made drastic improvements in their service, or Equifax made drastic improvements in their service, and they could be a third party offering a service under a different name. And why would you want to go back with something that leaked your information in the first place? And plus, this is only credit monitoring. What about Social Security monitoring? What about full-blown identity theft monitoring outside of just the credit report? What about having a private investigator at your disposal 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to make sure that you're not being breached anywhere else? See, that's the catch-22. Credit monitoring and full identity theft monitoring are 2 totally different things, and that does not include it. So you could be running up short if you take this option. But let me show you the clause in the second part where you can actually get paid and get a full-blown credit monitoring and a full-blown ID service that includes an investigator. And this is how you can take advantage of the second part. It says, or you can receive $125 if you already have credit monitoring service and won't enroll in the free one. This is the best option that I'm going to show you how to take advantage of, because essentially you can get reimbursed $125 and have the best credit and ID monitoring services with the investigator. I'm going to show you how to take that $125 reimbursement, which is probably the easiest option for most people to get, and use that to be able to get a great service that's going to protect you and your entire family. Because if you get a credit monitoring service as part of a settlement from the court, then what happens if your data gets breached again? Well, they're going to say, well, you got it for free anyway. So it's not too much you can do with that. So I would actually take the money and get the better services and know that I'm protected and sleep good at night. Again, I'm going to show you which service to use. So let me show you how to find out if you're eligible for any settlement at all. Okay, folks, we are on a special page that I have prepared for you to take advantage of this information and to possibly protect yourself and also get a bonus. I'm going to talk about that in just a second. But if you click the link anywhere on this video, above or below, it's going to take you to the site that I have prepared for you. And I'm going to show you the best way to go about this. Now, on this site, you might not see a video, but that's because I'm recording in real time. So you'll see a video on here by the time I'm done. But if you want to read below, it's going to have some disclaimers here. It has a deadline to file a claim, which is January 22nd, 2020. So if you're watching this video after that, then you've missed your window to take advantage of it. And also, you're going to see 2 buttons here. Now, I suggest going in order. Number 1, left to right. So let's talk about ID Shield. Now, if you don't have any type of ID theft or credit monitoring service, ID Shield is the best on the planet because it's going to give you the most value for your money. So I would suggest getting ID Shield first and then filing the claim, because again, you're going to get reimbursed if you already have credit monitoring service. So let me just wink and tell you how to do this in quotation marks. Step 1, get ID Shield on day 1. That is your credit monitoring service and your ID service. And then on day 2, file your claim. So this way you already have it, because you can say, hey, I just found out on day 2 about this. So I already had credit services on day 1. And again, they're not going to go back and check too much of this because it's only $125. Now the $20,000 claim, yeah, you're going to have to submit all types of stuff to try to claim that. But the $125 reimbursement, you just have to already have credit monitoring service. That's it. And then you can file your claim. So let's get started. We're going to go directly to ID Shield. So click this blue button right here that says Get ID Shield, and it's going to take you to the site. I'm going to go over what ID Shield covers. So it's going to go to the site here, and yes, I'm an affiliate of this, and so this is why I'm going to offer a really cool bonus. So I'm going to tell you about the bonus after I tell you about this amazing service. So again, know who's pulling your personal data, and you get 3 bureau monitoring that gives you a complete picture. So we're going to scroll down here, and again, ID Shield is a mobile app that you put on your mobile phone. this way you get 24/7 alerts. So let me show you what you get with this service and why everybody breathing really needs it to protect your identity. So again, you get 3 bureau monitoring. ID Shield monitors all 3 credit bureaus, alerting you changes in your report to provide a comprehensive view of your valuable credit standing. Comprehensive monitoring with instant alerts that power 3 bureaus. So again, on these tabs, you can click, see details, and it tells you on the back. So here is what it will alert you of: lost or stolen cards, fraud or victim statement, credit card limit overages, delinquent status, bankruptcy settlement, liens and judgment. So most places will only offer you bureau or credit monitoring, but ID Shield offers you so much more. The second thing you get with this service is security monitoring. Let's flip on the back. That means credit card, social security number, court records, up to 10 credit cards and debit cards, up to 10 bank accounts that you can monitor, and any payday or quick cash loans in your name. Now, payday or quick cash loans don't hit your credit automatically. A lot of times when that happens, it takes about 30 to 45 days for you to even know that this happened to you. So this will catch it instantly. Like, I can't even snap as fast as it's going to catch it. So you get instant alerts in case that happens. And the next thing you offer, they offer is privacy monitoring. Now, this is big. This is going to monitor your name, date of birth, social security, any address changes, passport or driver's license, and up to 10 email addresses and phone numbers and medical ID numbers. Medical ID numbers are very important because a lot of people are having Medicaid fraud. This is protecting against that. So if you have medical ID numbers, you want to make sure that's protected. That's included in the service, which is privacy monitoring. Next, social media monitoring. This is huge because you see a lot of people are getting fired because of Facebook comments or social media comments that are derogatory or anything like that. And this says, we monitor your Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn accounts for privacy risk, personal information, geotagging, and reputational risk, references to drugs, alcohol, violence, foul language, or other online misconduct. So let's say, for instance, you have a job. And let's say, for instance, your Facebook gets hacked and someone steals your Facebook page and they go in here and they make a derogatory comment or a racial comment and your job sees it or you report it, and next thing you know, you're walked out the door. You have no idea why. Well, before it even gets that deep and your reputation is affected, they will catch this and they will prevent this from happening. So you need social media monitoring because people are having their social media accounts taken over, and this provides monitoring for that. Now, identity restoration. This is huge. We team up with you with a dedicated licensed private investigator to help you recover and restore identity to its pre-theft status, and we'll search and review all relevant history and reports and databases. So whatever it takes to restore your identity, they will do it. Again, they will spend up to $5 million to do it. And again, whatever it takes, if it's over $1 million, fine. Whatever it takes to restore it, that's what you want. They can restore your identity if it happens to you and catch it. Next is consultation services. Get tips and advice from an ID Shield licensed private investigator, plus emergency assistance 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So imagine being able to talk to an investigator anytime you want. Let's flip the details. That includes online scams, ID fraud, and theft related to medical records, criminal records, and identity of a minor or deceased person. Yeah, people do steal a dead relative's information. People would steal your kids' information. They don't care. And you get sex offenders researches. So wouldn't you want to know, if you have children and you're moving into a new neighborhood, or if you're in a neighborhood, if a sex offender is living near you or living beside you? This has sex offender searches included. Also, if you lose your wallet, lost or stolen wallets, they cover that, and credit freezes. So guys, all of this is included in the service. That's why I say you don't just want credit monitoring. You want the whole kit and caboodle. If it comes to protecting my identity and my privacy, I'm going to go balls to the wall when it comes to me and my family. And again, there's no amount of money that's worth having yourself exposed when you don't need to, because this can be like AIDS. It'll just keep coming back if you get your identity stolen, if you don't have the right protection in place and you don't have the right things in place. So this actually gives you everything you need. So let me tell you how to get started and get signed up with it. First of all, you're going to scroll below and it's going to say pick a plan. So select where you live at. And again, this is important because this way you can get a private investigator assigned to you based on where you live at. So I'm in Virginia and you want to pick where you live at. So if I go to Virginia, I'm going to click here. and it's going to search for plans in my area, and boom, it popped up right here. So let's go over it really quick. If you are an individual and you need to plan just for yourself, it's $14.95 a month. And again, this covers you, again, new instant hard inquiry alerts, high risk application monitoring, new investment account number monitoring, complete monitoring, and also look at this at the bottom. This includes a $1 million insurance policy. So you have a $1 million insurance policy included in this service just for you. Now, if you have an entire family and you want to protect everyone like I do, then you want your kids to be protected, you want your wife, your everyone to be protected, anyone in your household. It's $29.95 to protect your household. And again, $14.95 individual, $29.95 for for family, and everyone is protected. Now, let me just mention one other thing. Let's say you go to the settlement, like I'm going to show you, and you're not affected. How can you benefit from this information even if you're not affected? Well, you can actually sell ID Shield and you can earn a huge commission for people who you share this information with. So let's say you're not affected, but let's say your friend Jimmy is, and Jimmy needs to get this stuff. Jimmy needs it bad. So guess what? You can become an affiliate of this company, and for every plan you sell, you get an instant commission. They pay you next day, and they're going to pay over 200% commission. Woo! 200% commission is what you're eligible to receive up to this, probably even higher. So we'll talk about that in a later thing, but right now we're just trying to protect individuals and maybe yourself. And then I'm going to show you at the end how I'm going to give you, when you become a member, if you get an ID Shield membership, you can be eligible. Well, no, not eligible. You're going to receive a vacation certificate worth over $1,400 from me. That's my gift to you. So now let's get back to seeing if you were affected. So the cool thing I did is if you go to the other tab, it'll still be here. So next you want to click on file your claim. So we're going to click on that. Now it will take us here, and this is where we can actually check our eligibility to see if we are eligible to receive any type of settlement. So what you want to do is put your last name here. This is the online claim form. I got this directly from the Equifax Settlement Center. So I'm going to put in my last name. I'm going to put in the last 6 of my social. And I'm going to just see if I am eligible for a claim. So let's see. Based on the information you provided, our records indicate your personal information was impacted by this incident. So I was impacted, but not really, because I have monitoring services. But through them, I was labeled as an account that was affected. And again, I kind of knew this ahead of time because my ID Shield let me know. So what I'm going to do here now is I'm actually going to file a claim. So if you were impacted, click on the green file a claim button. And it says the easiest way to submit a claim is through this website. So you can actually submit a hard copy claim. To download the form, you can click here, or you can click here to contact the settlement administrator and have the claim form mailed to you. Or, if you were a victim in 2017, you can click here to download a form. And then right here is where you can file the claim directly online. So you want to click that, and it's going to give you some quick instructions. And again, it will kind of remind you of everything I said. You can actually file the claim online, and then you hit next to go out and file the actual claim. Now, once you do that, again, if you are following the method that I showed you, number one, you would have already gotten the ID Shield service. And again, on day 2, you come back and you file this claim, or you can file it right after you get the service. And then you just fill out the information, submit it, and you are in their system to receive possible settlement. Now, that's all for this video, folks. Follow this, get ID Shield. It's phenomenal. Even if you're not affected, you still need it for your kids and everything it does. And also, when you get a membership today from ID Shield, remember, I'm going to give you a vacation certificate that's going to give you access to a resort at a choice of many places. So purchase today, get a free vacation, get a possible $125 settlement. This is a win-win for you. So right after this video, you're going to see the free vacation bonus I'm giving to anyone that purchases ID Shield. So folks, hope the information was helpful to you, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.